I'm Gina Salento, and this is Neil Friedenberg, and we're here today to talk about our review on Sqairz pickleball shoes. So the company Sqairz was kind enough to send us some pairs of shoes to try, and at first glance, I think made really well, unique shape. I see 160. I can't believe what shoes are costing these days.
Shoes are going up, and it's just probably a thing to continue. I mean, 160 is pricey, but
Yeah.
you get what you pay for sometimes.
Yeah.
I definitely have some good things to say about this shoe.
They are known, Sqairz is known mostly for golf and
They're in baseball now.
baseball shoes. Zane Navratil, our homeboy from here, from back in Wisconsin with us, he had some really good input on putting these shoes together, and they're good. I mean, I think that they're made with some unique fabrics, right? And
Yeah, up front, this Lycra I like Lycra because it's stretchy, it's breathable, it's easy to clean. So I really like that part. I think in the front of the shoe, I'm kind of a shoe guy. I mean, I collected shoes when I was younger, Jordans, Agassiz, all that stuff. And I just feel kind of connected to shoes for some reason, products. But yeah, it's you want to have breathability up front.
It's a unique fabric, this Lycra.
Yeah.
It's like a Lycra mesh, and they're very thoughtful in what they did in certain places, right?
Yeah, so in pickleball, there's a lot of side-to-side movement, right? Especially up at the kitchen line. So right here, they have 4 outriggers, they call that. First time I've ever heard of outriggers on a shoe, but it completely makes sense. When you push off, usually on a shoe, you're pushing off in the front, right? You push off towards the ball or whatever. Well, pickleball is different. It's a completely different animal in sport. This makes complete sense to have this, and it adds stability, and you're pushing off with it from side to side.
They're like little grippies.
Yeah, absolutely.
I noticed.
I was a little skeptical at first because it's a different look. I'm not used to it, but it makes sense.
It's got a square toe.
Sqairz.
Sqairz.
It's called Sqairz.
I got you. And you like a wider toe box.
You know what? I'm going to do something that I did in college. That sounds really bad, doesn't it?
No.
Well, I'm going to do it right now. This is my foot. Yes, I wear Hanes.
It's like a platypus.
It's so flat. No, I wasn't lying. Look, there's
no arch. Yeah.
There's no arch. I have nothing.
Yeah.
And in fact, when I was in college during exercise physiology class, we were talking about feet and injuries and things like that. And I raised my hand because, I like to volunteer. And I said, oh, I have a flat foot. And, what was her name? I can't remember. But she said, Neil, why don't you come up to the front, stand on this table? So I said, okay, fine. So I stood on this table with my flat feet, and I heard this gasp. Everyone kind of gasped. They're like, oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. He has really flat feet. So long story short, I have flat feet, need a wide shoe. Always battled that in shoes forever. And it was either New Balance or K-Swiss. Those kind of fit me the right way at that time. But this is completely different. I'm just going to use my shoe.
Yeah.
Has a taller toe box. So I feel like my feet are actually breathing a little bit more. I'm not just compact in that shoe or anything like that, squished. So I really enjoyed that. I've never heard of a high toe box.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard of a toe box.
Yeah.
But this is nice.
Oh, and there's some unique features too. Like they're very lightweight, and the laces I noticed when they have little, I guess you could say little plastic. I don't know what they are, but
it's kind of rubberized. Kind of plastic.
Correct.
They're sticky.
So they actually, when you tie your shoe, it grips. So it's not like loose. Like some of this fabric on the shoelaces, they'll just keep coming untied.
Yeah. This won't happen with these shoes. I've never, ever seen a shoe that has grippy laces that you can kind of rely on. I would always double knot my shoes. Sometimes triple knot because they're just,
right?
Yeah.
Triple?
It's annoying.
What's this about?
So that's a pivot point. Okay, so I think they added a little bit more extra support there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Well, I'm still kind of learning that part. There's a little more pivot to it, because in pickleball there's a lot of pivoting. So
being me, sometimes it's better to look good than feel good. And there's some positives and negatives about these shoes, right? They're lightweight, they're made really well, they give you support where you need it, they stabilize you laterally. They're really comfortable. I mean, didn't you find they were comfortable? I think they're very comfortable.
It didn't really take too much of a break-in. You know how a lot of times in shoes you have a break-in period. It's already flexible here with this Lycra.
Yes.
It's flexible up front. There's a a tall toe box, and it's wide.
Yeah.
I like it a lot, actually. If you look on the bottom, look at the tread. So typically what I've seen in tennis shoes and court shoes is the tread, it goes laterally. the whole entire tread though. If you look here, this is different here, and here's lateral.
Yeah.
And then you look on the side, near the outriggers, and it's more lateral tread. So
yeah.
it was built very, very well.
Smart.
I would say I like the shoelaces too. I know you just mentioned that, but to have that mental ease or that reassurance
Yeah.
that your shoelaces are not going to come untied.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it's an adult problem too. It's not just kids with Velcro.
Unless you're trying to ice the other team, and like you can't use that as an excuse.
No.
Say timeout, I'm tying my shoe.
Yeah.
I noticed though a couple things that are, I guess, what would you
Negatives?
Yeah, negatives. That I live for black. I mean, it's an Italian thing we do. I live for black, so I love black shoes.
You're pulling the Italian.
I am.
Okay.
And I think I would love these in a black shoe. I know this is where they maybe get their name, the square toe box and square in the front. I felt a little bit like I was a pilgrim.
Okay.
Back in like the 1600s, churning some butter on
Yeah.
the East Coast. But overall, they are extremely well built.
Yeah.
I think the color selection. The other thing I want to mention is that I had to go down a whole size. So I'm typically an 8. They sent me a 7.5. It still was too big.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in a 7 now. So
Okay.
where are you coming in with sizing?
So I typically wear an 11.5, and when we were doing the research, I just told you earlier, I wear New Balance and K-Swiss. So what that said was you wear the same size
Yeah.
for squares. Well, I tried the 11.5. It was long.
Yeah.
I had way too much room, so I actually went down to an 11. Kind of
Okay,
a
so you
similar
went down a
situation.
half a size.
So these are perfect. The 11s fit good. I'm an 11.5, but I went down to an 11. Yeah,
Okay.
that was my experience there. I would say I'm kind of like you. I don't typically wear a lot of white shoes unless it's, nice,
Yeah.
going out or something
Or
like
the
that.
country club requests that,
country-
or it's in the bylaws.
They don't let me at country clubs
Okay.
ever since the incident.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
The one thing I would say is I'm like you. I like black shoes.
Yeah, well, that
Maybe-
looks nicer even with, I'm not a big bright color person. However, but that looks sharp.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, black with some teals or something like that.
Yeah.
And guess what? I mean, these shoes are well built. That's an easy change, I assume.
Yeah.
To make color changes.
Yeah.
This was their launch.
yeah,
So,
very good. They come in other colors too, right?
yeah. Well,
The men's?
the men's there's a white and blue. And
Yeah.
I think a white and black. There's,
I
got
think
the
a-
hot pink.
Yeah, I got hot pink. There's a
Powder blue.
like a bluish color.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very good. So congrats to Zane on putting his 2 cents in here. And yeah, overall, I would definitely wear these
I'm wearing
when
them.
I'm practicing and stuff.
I've switched.
You have?
I've switched completely from my K-Swiss and I
Oh,
have
wow.
their New Balance. I
Well,
really
that's
love
a
these, and
testament.
now I'm just crossing my fingers. That
Yeah, they hold up.
no, they'll hold up.
Just kidding.
I think they'll hold up. I cross my fingers for color.
Yeah, I know. I hope because I could really get into a black pair of these for sure.
Yeah. One
'Cause
other
they're
thing.
very comfortable.
Just one other thing, and this is just me. I don't know how other people feel about it. I'm not a big person when it comes to putting the name pickleball on my shoe. I mean, I'm out there playing pickleball.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a launch,
Yeah.
Next shoe might not have the word pickleball.
Okay.
I don't really like the word pickleball on my shoes,
Yeah.
It's just really picky, though. But
Yeah.
it's just something that I would maybe change.
Yeah, they were pretty ingenious on putting the XR logo in here.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
I saw that right away.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Same.
thanks you guys for watching, and I hope you give them a try. I think they're definitely worth a
They're
try.
good shoes.
So, all right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.